Hi, and welcome again to Cannon Fodder, the channel for Arsenal fans all over the world. So it's a new day, yeah, a bright day today compared to Saturday, gloomy and blue. Now, before I get into that, my brother Ralph said that my video was a bit blue, and there's two ways I can take that, as if maybe I'm like sad or because Chelsea, the main colours are blue. Nah. It's, what happened was when I uploaded the video, it was the white balance, and as you know, like I said in my video, I had problems with my Wi-Fi. And I was like, blue video. But anyway, so I'm going to do the player ratings. You thought the Arsenal players got away with it. They probably thought they got away with it, but they didn't. So this is my player ratings. So Secret Agent Check gets a 7. Why does he get a 7? Well, I've been banging on about him not being too comfortable and his not being the right goalkeeper to play the Unai Emery style. But however, he did quite well on Saturday. I do always try and give an honest opinion of the performances of the players and what happens after the match. So for now, based on that performance on Saturday against Chelsea, I'll give Secret Agent Check a 7. Bellerin. What are we going to do with a player called Bellerin? Straight out 5 for me. He's not a defender. He's a winger who gets to the byline, doesn't cross the ball first time. I'm not sure why. He's probably got some kind of mental block. I'm not sure. I mean, look at Mendy. You know, the fullback for Man City. When he gets some space, he just pins the ball in there. And what happened? Aguero scored a wonder goal with, the outside of his right foot. Why can't Bellerin do the same thing? Anyway, that's a 5. Mustafi, for me, gets, luckily, I mean, I did put a 5 here, but I think I'm probably going to give him a 4. How many times, if you look at the still shots from the goals that the opposition scores, and you've got maybe Mustafi, who's probably the last line of defence. If you look at the still shot of all those photos, I'm almost certainly sure that you see Mustafi is always on the ground. How many times does the coaches have to tell him, stay on your feet? What happened on Saturday? He was the last line of defence. Why couldn't he show Morata on his right foot? Or better still, put the tackle before the guy gets in anywhere near the penalty area. And again, look at the last still shot, the photo. Where's Mustafi? He's on the ground. He gets a 4 for me. Monreal is like the boy has never been away. He just slotted in there. He gets a solid 7 for me. Wow, man, we could have done with him the last match. Anyway, Socrates gets a 6. He gets a 6 because he's still trying to find his feet in the Premiership and the pace. But you know what? Socrates, you need to find your feet a lot quicker. Come on, get up with the pace. Yeah, so it's a solid 6. Guendouzi, for me, the player of the match, gets a 7. I'll give him an 8. Why are we lauding this 19-year-old boy? Why? This boy is absolutely fantastic. When I spoke to my brother said to me, did you see Guendouzi's response when Aubameyang missed the goal? I said, no. I thought, maybe he must have just said, oh my goodness. But the boy sunk to his feet in disgust. Maybe we should base the team around Guendouzi. Fearless. Absolutely fearless. So it's an 8 from me. Then we've got the player who divides opinion amongst the fans. Actually, no, he doesn't divide opinion. Xhaka. Come on, Xhaka. Your 3rd season in the red and white of Arsenal. Your 3rd season. His style is more suited for the Italian and Spanish leagues. I'm sorry. Anyway, I'm not going to get into any greater detail. I've given Xhaka a 4. He was subbed at half time, and I'm going to get into that a little bit towards the end of this upload. Then we've got Ramsey, who came on. I'll give Ramsey a 7. Almost scored with his first touch. Very unlucky. Maybe he's another player who should have started along with Torreira, who I have given a 7. The midfield general does what it says on the tin. This is what he does. Why didn't he start? Mkhitaryan, at fault for his first goal. I've given him a 6, only because he scored the first goal for Arsenal. But it's funny because when I was looking at Mkhitaryan, I can't remember the player who ran inside of Mkhitaryan, but I was looking at Mkhitaryan for that snapshot just to see what Mkhitaryan's reaction would have been. Was he going to run with the player, or was he going to, stay, and keep his ground? Well, he did kind of need it at the start, and then when he did realise the runner was running outside of him, it was too late, and they scored their first goal. So for me, I've given Mkhitaryan, I've given him a 6. Come on, Mickey, come on. I've given Iwobi a 7. Now, did I say that we needed to start with Iwobi because we need players who are going to be going forward? Give Chelsea, more headaches. If we're sitting back playing tiki-taka football, it will give them time to get back in position. If we've got players bombing forward, that will give them, more worries. And what happens? We played him. He scored the goal, but then he was subbed at half time. Emery's got his master plan in mind. I'm not sure what it is. Anyway, Ozil, I've given him a 5. Again, still not getting up to speed. Not understanding the philosophy of Unai Emery, that he wants all his players, not only the midfielders and the defence, all the players to close down the players. In whatever part of the field you're in, you must close down the players. And the funny thing is, he was subbed. He didn't like it, did he? Lacazette, I've given him a 6. Was at fault for the goal. Again, you've got to be switched on 100% of the time. Again, why didn't Unai Emery start Lacazette? And Aubameyang, probably his worst game for Arsenal. I've given him a 4. Missed the open goal, and really for me, from what I saw, he was pretty non-existent for the majority of the match. 3 points I want to make. The first point is that Unai Emery is giving all these players a chance to prove themselves, prove their worth to be in the first team. So come the time when he chops his players or subs his players, they can't say that he didn't give them a go. Player, are you ready? Obama, are you ready? Do you have desire? If you're not, I'll pull you off. Ozil, are you ready? Are you there for the battle? If you're not, I'll pull you off. That for me is blatantly clear. That Unai Emery is not scared to pull off these players if they're not there ready for the fight, for the battle. The second thing is, because of that reason, because the players are not understand or fulfilling his philosophy, he still is not sure what his 11 is. What is his best 11? And so until the players running themselves into the ground, put in the performance, he still won't know what his best 11 is. And the last point I want to make, and it's something I actually spoke to my brother Ralph about, is this could be the blueprint. The blueprint, I hear you saying? What I mean by is, we saw in the first match, we know how Man City play, a high pressing game, where they try, if they're not in possession, they'll push on you and try and, get possession of the ball. Chelsea did the first thing. We know what to get from Chelsea. They pushed on us, we lost possession, they regained possession. So is that going to be the blueprint for the majority of the other teams in the Premiership? That they're going to think, oh, right, the only thing we have to do is put pressure on the players, whether in the midfield or in defence or up high, and we're going to regain possession and we're going to go and score. Is that going to be the blueprint for the other teams in the Premiership? This is what really worries me. It is a work in progress. A lot of the players need to understand, they need to fix up very, very quickly. It's not that as fan base we want to put pressure on the players, but Unai Emery has his philosophy. It's not anything to do with the fitness. It is the D word, the desire. Do they have the desire? There are one or two, or maybe a push 3 players at the top of the list. Guendouzi, Matteo Guendouzi. Look at that example. It's a work in progress. And as a fan base, we have to understand that. And even more so, the players have to get up to speed very quickly, because our next game is going to be against West Ham. Who plays for West Ham now? 2 ex-Arsenal players, Wilshere and Perez, who will be damn sure that they'll be out to play and make a point. So what do you think? Tell me your player ratings for the match against Chelsea. Put the comments down below. Anyhow, this has been a slightly brighter upload by Alex on Cannon Fodder TV, the channel for Arsenal fans all over the world. Breaking news.